Welcome to the very top of the Hollywood Hills. This is 8201 Belgrave Place, and this is truly some of the greatest real estate on the West Coast. We share this very famous ridgeline with the Pierre Koenig House, one of the most famous houses in the world. The Stahl House is just there. The remarkable thing about this property, of course, is the view. We have a full eastern view all the way to downtown, all the way to Griffith Observatory, and then of course we have the whole of the South Bay, Palos Verdes, we have clear ocean. This is a very, very different piece of property to some of the other houses in the Hollywood Hills that really just face west. Here we have a dramatic 300-degree view all the way across Los Angeles. So without further ado, let's go take a look at the house. I want to start with this fantastic family room, which is beautiful, open plan, but one of the motifs that I just adore about this design is the limestone. Limestone everywhere. It gives this earthy texture, and it gives this kind of like organic feel to a home that is very modern, but that is Sayota. They are masters of design, blending the two worlds together in a breathtaking way. We then venture into a very contemporary kitchen. One thing I like about this is the kitchen isn't taking over the entire room. Sometimes the kitchens are so big, they're almost offensive. And the truth is, nobody ever cooks in the Hollywood Hills anyway. Maybe an egg, and then let me show you this. This is all wonderful pantry storage right here. Of course, the Miele coffee machine, which is my personal favorite. But behind the kitchen, it continues. We have wine station, an additional preparation sink, wine cooler here, and then we have a whole other preparation area / laundry room, which is tucked away, and it's done in such an artful way. So if you're having parties here or receptions, there is a massive amount of space that you can use without kind of tripping over everything. Everything can be kind of hidden away. One of my favorite moments in the entire property is this. To the east side of the kitchen, we have this outdoor dining, which is just spectacular. All over this property, there are all these nooks and crannies, and every single one of them just has a breathtaking view. If you get bored of looking at the ocean, you can see San Bernardino Mountains, you can see Griffith Observatory, you can see all the way to Mount Baldy. It is very dramatic. And then on this side of the house, the east side of the house, if we swing looking north, we get to see the remainder of the Hollywood Hills. Framed right here is the formal dining room, a spectacular dining room in a space that is made exactly for it. The architects decided this is exactly where the dining room is going to go, and how the doors would disappear, and how you will look straight out into the view. What I love about this home is, even though it's 9,000 feet, 4 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, it isn't obnoxious. A lot of homes in this price range can be very, very blingy. This has a soul. It has an organic feel. It feels tranquil, it feels serene, it feels very zen. It isn't all about like, look at me, look at me. It's kind of like an escape away from the city. So it's certainly one of the best ones that I've seen. I then step into the most glorious family room. Once again, everything is framed towards the view. I have doors that completely disappear in the walls on the east side, doors that completely disappear in the walls on the west side. This is where I would be hanging out late at night, watching the city come alive with the lights. All the way from downtown to the ocean, the city will sparkle, starting at dusk. I'm also going to get ridiculously good sunsets. And then if I was a drinking man, this is where I would be. I would be setting up the cocktails here with my mates, with my missus, kind of just decompressing from the day and enjoying this moment. What I love about this room, and this speaks to Sayota and their talent, is the fact that they didn't put the retractable windows there. I like the fact that the retractable windows are here. And then this is preserved in case it's windy or maybe the weather isn't perfect. Just a beautiful, sensational, sophisticated design choice. As we leave the family room, we step into a really intimate part of the house. This is a little bit more private, and we're met with this very private Zen garden where one can just hang out and just decompress, maybe take some phone calls if you want to, meditate, or just enjoy the moment. I love that they have a cold plunge pool right here. For those of us that are into longevity, I'm a little bit obsessed. A cold plunge pool is one of the greatest things that will keep you living forever. Maybe not forever, but almost. Off of the Zen Garden, I think, is the perfectly placed office. Sometimes work can be stressful, so it's really nice to have my office next to all of these most beautiful, tranquil moments of the home. The last room on the west side of the house is, of course, the proverbial screening room. All the Hollywood Hills homes need a screening room, and this is it. I like the fact that it has windows, and I like the fact that it's not underground. So many are underground. For me, having the natural light and the air come into this room would make me watching movies far more enjoyable. And then perhaps I'm going to sit down with the producer of the movie afterwards, discuss some edits, and this is exactly where I would sit. Maybe having a nice little cold drink from the bar, enjoying the moment, enjoying the silence actually. Even though we're right above Sunset Strip, one of the busiest streets in LA, you can't hear a thing. One of my favorite things in life are olive trees. And this is a vintage olive. Looking at it, it's probably between 50 and 70 years old. Another beautiful detail just dropped in. It gives this organic kind of, it gives life and it complements the limestone. I love the gravel. This is California gold gravel. You also have these olive shrubs as well, which it just gives it this, it gives it a very kind of Mediterranean feel. It makes me feel almost like I'm back in Ibiza, although there's nothing in Ibiza with this view. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the world famous Santiago. It goes by one name, right? Like Madonna. If you're in real estate, in global real estate, luxury real estate, you just say Santiago, and we all know it's this guy.
What's up, man?
Good to see you, mate.
Good to see you too.
Good to see you too.
Thanks for coming.
Of course. So, miraculous, stunning house. Tell us about it and why you wanted to represent it.
I mean, one of the things is kind of self-explanatory, right? That you turn around, you look at this view. I mean, this is what LA is about, right? We've been doing this for long enough to know that very rarely you come across a view that goes almost 360, right?
Right.
And then you have, this incredible architecture, Sayota, my favorite architects, South African architect group that designed this beautiful house, and the developer executed beautifully. I mean, the detail, the attention to detail, the quality, everything's in here, everything you need.
I appreciate you so much.
Of course, man. Thank you.
And then the piece de la resistance, of course, is the owner's suite. Now this is an owner's suite that really does have jaw-dropping jetliner views. We step inside and we are instantly met with the view. The whole signature of this property is the view because it's so broad. Either side, you just have the most miraculous views. Another signature tone that I love with this property is this limestone. I'm a huge fan of limestone. I like organic textures when we're dealing with properties that are quite modern. It's the juxtaposition of the brand new and the old. This is ancient Israeli limestone, probably a few hundred years old, cut into blocks, shipped to the United States, and just gives such a beautiful tone. But imagine this, imagine waking up, taking your cup of espresso, and then leaning over the balcony to breathe in the whole of Los Angeles. This is one of the best views I've ever seen in a property in the hills, and the Hollywood Hills is my specialty. I love it. But this view is pretty unmatched to date. I have to give Sayota a massive round of applause. Their lines are just gorgeous. They're very simple. They kind of hark back to the greats such as Koenig and Stahl and Neutra, which there are so many of in the Hollywood Hills. So now let's go take a look at the bathroom. We enter into a very elegant bathroom where you have a refrigerator and snack drawers, all refrigerated, so you don't need to go all the way downstairs to get a few little munchies. And then we have an oversized tub. We have a shower, once again, with the view copying the same motif as the bedroom. And just in case you need a little bit more outdoor space, just in case, we have a private sun deck in case you just want to get away from everyone and chill out by yourself. Again, masterfully framing the view all the way across Los Angeles. Magnificent. And so, of course, people that own these homes, they need a lot of closet space. So let me give you a little waltz around the more than ample space. You have a fantastic closet for potentially him, and then a separate closet for her or for him or for her or for her, whatever the combination is. But I really love the fact that these closets are separated. Maybe that's because I've got a little bit of scar tissue from living with Cindy. Imagine if you were coming to stay with a friend in LA and they said, sure, take this room. This has to be one of the most amazing guest rooms in any of the properties that I have seen in the hills recently. Sometimes the guest bedrooms can get shoved behind and the views kind of dissipate. But here we have our own massive terrace and a fantastic view, with the focus being a little bit more east, which is really interesting. This is almost a 360-degree view. And for a property of this size and this price, that is hard to do. So we close out the tour where it began, on this spectacular pool deck. A few statistics with the house. We're just over 9,000 feet, 4 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms. We're on the market today for $28,500,000. But the thing that cannot be matched with this property is this. It is the view, the width, the depth, the way that you feel like you are soaring over the whole of Los Angeles. And today, boy, did we pick a day to film it. This is the perfect California day for the perfect Hollywood Hills jewel. This is Pete Lorimer, signing out until next time. I'll see you later.